As our colony continues to develop and grow, colonists are going to sometimes come across things that they need or want in order to maintain their happiness. And when a colonist needs something, they'll log a request with your colony. It's a good idea to keep an eye on colonist requests to see the sorts of things that they want, as keeping them happy is very important. Let's take a look at how to view our colony happiness. If we click on the information menu up at the top and we go to colony metrics, this shows all sorts of different data that's important to understanding how your colony is doing. And one of the most important among these is the mood distribution. If we click on mood distribution here, it gives us a historical view of how moods have changed over time. Or if we want a view of current data, we can click on mood distribution here and get a nice pie chart. So right now we can see that most of our colony is actually happy, a small amount is neutral, a quarter of it is neutral, and you can see sad in here. If a large portion of your colony becomes sad, if too many people are sad, colonists can enter a state of insurrection, at which point they'll do all sorts of bad things, like murdering bureaucrats if they're sufficiently upset, burning things. Your colony tends to fall apart pretty quickly once open rebellion begins. So we're in good shape with happiness right now because we've got well-furnished rooms. Our colonists have all the clothing they need, they have all the food they need, and they've got access to media. So that's why, to this point, we've managed to satisfy our colonists' needs. But if we go ahead and we click on the information button again, and we click on colony requests, this will show us things that we'll have to do for our colonists in order to maintain their happiness. Now we can see that one of our colonists, Kazin, has requested an adequate room for his family. So let's click OK on that and go back to the information menu and colony social network visualization. This is something we took a look at before. If you see one of these links that was a romantic relationship of the boyfriend-girlfriend nature previously has become a married relationship with now a husband and a wife. Once core worlders get married, they form a nuclear family and request rooms of their own. So we've got one of these, we click OK, and just as a refresher, we go back to colony requests. We can see that one of these two individuals who's been married has requested an adequate room for his family. Only one person in a family will make a room request just to keep this list neat, tidy, and easy to manage. Now, in order to satisfy this request, we'll click OK there. We've got these 3 buildings that we put up in previous steps. What we're going to do is create a room inside one of them and go ahead and assign that room to an individual. So we'll click on our room designation tool just like we did before. We will click on a space inside of the room. Now, everything to this point that we've done has been a communal room, but this time around we're going to select the individually owned option, pick Kazin since he's the one who has requested the room, and then select OK. The room will light up. The light is now turned on inside. It's going to start draining power and functioning as a room. And if we go back to information and colony requests, we can see that we have satisfied that request. So as our colony progresses, we'll keep an eye on colony requests, just checking it every few minutes to make sure that everything's good to go, and assigning rooms, providing more clothing, more food, whatever is necessary to satisfy those requests as they crop up. And this is a very important part of the game, since a lot of keeping your colony on the right track revolves around keeping your colonists in a happy or at least neutral sort of mood.